The three M's, the most important three M's that I live by. I'm glad I got around to making this video today. I'm still trying to think of what to do next, but also it's just story time. It's a rant, it's a chat, it's a podcast, it's evening times with Josh. So I wanted to get into my three M's that I live by, give you a little bit more insight. So we've talked about music, muse, and mindfulness. And I wanted to try to categorize those into the three P's: Palacio, PalaceSuns, and Palacioz. So as I go through this life, I live by these three M's, and these three M's, these P's are the product of it: Palacio, PalaceSuns, and Palacioz. So getting into the first one is music, which is my band Palacio. If you guys haven't heard my band, I'm gonna leave links down below. You're wrong if you haven't heard my band. You're missing out. This is music. This is reggae music. This is one of my three M's. And Palacio is the product of that music. All of the musical experiences that I've come to love, the music that I've grown up with, it is infused in this. It is infused in this passion project. This is the love of my life, is this music. Being able to write music, perform music, share the music with some of my best friends on stage. That is one of the biggest joys that I get from my week, is to get to rehearse and get to hang out with these dudes every Sunday. These guys, this is something that I did not see turning into this big, this fast. And it just goes to show that when you have the passion behind it and the music that you're making, it's going to attract the right people. I didn't ask any of these guys to be a part of my band. They all came to me. And I think that's what sets them apart, and that's what sets this music apart. And we have released a song this year called Lady Luck, and that features the horns and a lot of these new members that you see. But the first couple songs that I've ever written under the title of Palacio were entirely me. Home, Riskin, Red Flags, and Into the Stars. Everything you hear was me playing guitar, playing drums, playing bass, keyboards, singing, everything. And I really wanted to put something that is just uniquely me. For the longest time, I had these ideas. Home Better Days was written in 2016 with my other band that I had. And that goes to show how long and how tedious but worthwhile this music process is. Because this was 8 years in the making just to put a name to something and to get it out there. Like, it's a lot. It was a risk. It's the biggest risk I've ever taken because it's so vulnerable. But I live by this music. I live by this reggae music, this soul fueling music. It's not from me, it's from the universe, and it's from God. I'm a vessel that puts it into music. I am a vessel that shows the truth of what I've learned and what I have been shown in this life. And I think it's really cool to see that truth kind of mold into a song or into a lyric or into an idea. And just the other night, we were at rehearsal trying out new horn ideas, and it brought this song to life. And it really gave the title some meaning. And it gave the song a lot more like soul. Really, really, soul is the best word I can describe it as. Because this music is from the soul. I know when these guys perform. I know when I perform, when I write music. It is for your soul. It is nourishment for the soul. Reggae music is for the soul. This music comes from the heart, and this is my palace. This is why Palacio means palace in Spanish. This is my kingdom. This is my safe space. Like, when my head hits the pillow at night, I'm thinking about music, and I'm thinking about this band. I'm thinking about what's next. And what's next for this band kind of ties in to the next thing which is my muse or my amusement, PalaceSuns Productions. So PalaceSuns Productions is an umbrella term. This is my production company. One of the nicknames I've given myself, and it's kind of stuck with me, is Mr. Make Shit Happen. Because I like to make shit happen. I like to make parties happen. I like to make good times happen. I like to make crazy shit happen. So I ran with it, and I think it was really cool to start a production company. And I've hosted parties, I've hosted fight nights, I've hosted concerts, DJs, events, music videos, productions, recording sessions. A lot of my productions and the product that comes out of me goes into PalaceSuns Productions. So that is the business that I want to start as well, in order to encompass my band Palacio and all of my other passions. Because yes, music is a big passion, but there's a lot of little things that have to go with it in order for you to make music. And I hope to answer as much questions as I can about my process in later videos of PalaceSuns, because for the past 2 years, we have hosted the PalaceSuns Summer Arts Festival. It is our flagship event. It is the event that started it all. And what really started it was when I got the opportunity to go to outside lands with an amazing friend. And I saw all of the people there. I saw all of the food, the smells, the sounds, the lights, the atmosphere. And I saw how much people, like how we felt like a community, how we danced together, how we shared these moments together. And I wanted to bring that to people, especially to the Central Valley. Because there is nothing like a Central Valley music festival. Not yet, at least. Not yet. So that is my long-term goal, is to create PalaceSuns Summer Arts Festival and make it into a yearly, once-a-year recurring thing for the Central Valley to look forward to, bringing the best musicians that I know, the greatest artists, the local food that you love, the craft beers, everything, the lights, the spectacle, the music. The PalaceSuns Arts Festival is for the music. The muse and the music come together at this festival. But all of the little behind the scenes, the organizing, the purchasing the stage, the security, the food, the vendors, the contracts, all of that stuff is wrapped in to the production company of PalaceSuns. So I love the business aspect too, and I'm just getting into it and seeing what I can do to make money as a musician and to make a living as a musician. And to see something that can be a recurring thing, like not just for money, because we need money to live, but as a recurring thing that it can get better and better and better, that's really cool. That's really cool. It's not like a song where you release a song and you don't really touch it anymore for 10 years. Unless you remaster it or do something different. This is a concert. This is an event. This can be redone, redid better, and you find your mistakes and you do it again. So being able to host the PalaceSuns Summer Arts Festival as the flagship of PalaceSuns Productions, yeah, that's something I look forward to every year. Every single year. And I hope you guys check it out this year, because we are going overboard. Like it is exciting. It's January. The festival's not till August 3rd. And I'm already like overboard thinking of it every single day. What can I do? How can I organize it better? How can I get people there? T-shirts, merch, mascots, everything. Like this is going to be so exciting, and I'm lit up. Like this is going to be lit. You guys know I throw good parties. You guys know I love getting everybody together for a great time. So this is the time that you don't want to miss. PalaceSuns Productions wraps all of it up into the PalaceSuns Summer Arts Festival. So whenever you need a production company to make shit happen, PalaceSuns and Mr. Make Shit Happen will make it happen. So that's my third muse. That's my amusement that I get out of life, and the organization And the ins and outs of my everyday is kind of feeding back into this production company of what are the things that I can produce. And the next thing is something that I didn't produce, but my parents did. And that's me. Joshua Palacioz is where I categorize my mindfulness from. And the person that I've become over time has really thought about how mindful he is. I like to think maybe others are like, dude, this guy doesn't care at all. But I'm trying to be a lot more mindful. A strong mind is the only way through life. And I've prayed every day for a strong mind. And I try and look at the worst situations that could possibly happen and already accept them as they are. Most of the time, like I'm feeling like I'm preparing for the worst. But it's more like it's almost like living through others, where I can see something bad happening in the world or maybe to a friend, and I try to live through that as if I were them, as strong-minded as I would be, as optimistic as I would be. I try to bring my religion and my spirituality into this mindfulness as well, because I genuinely believe that religion helps us in this life. And it allows us to be open-minded and mindful. Religion has brought me this far. It's gotten me through some of the lowest lows that I've ever had. And even when I was lifted beyond high on some of the most euphoric moments of my life, I say thank you to my God. I'm like, wow, thank you for getting me here. Because it's not me that's getting me here. It's the mindfulness, the appreciation of this life that my religion has bestowed upon me, that I've learned from over the years. The philosophy Stoicism has also taught me a lot about mindfulness. One of the things that I've gotten is mindfulness of your thoughts, as in your thoughts are not yours. Your thoughts are not yours. Your thoughts are like music waves. We talked about vibrations soaring through the universe. It's the same thing with your thoughts. We don't know where they come from. They just kind of happen. You can have negative thoughts, you can have positive thoughts. I think it's really interesting to look at your thoughts as something you don't own. They're not your identity. They're not your character. Your thoughts, the good ones, the bad ones. A lot of people can let their bad thoughts and their negativity drown them and weigh them down. And maybe even the opposite is true, where you can feel egotistical or elevated and lifted and righteous or prestigious and maybe a little cocky. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and I've come to know that my thoughts are not mine. The thoughts that I act upon are mine. Because as soon as I take my thoughts and I put them into action, that is something that I can't take back. I can't take back my words. I can't take back my actions. I can't take back what I've done. What you think is another thing. What you've done in this life, that is you. You have to live with it. You have to stick with it. You have to forgive yourself. You have to move on. You gotta be mindful. You gotta go through this life as optimistic and as grateful as possible, because you are not promised tomorrow. I'm not promised tomorrow. Like I said in my first video, we're all gonna die. We are not promised an eternal life. We're going to die someday. So please be mindful of your thoughts. Please be mindful of those around you. Be mindful of your thoughts so that your thoughts don't turn into your actions. A lot of people's minds go into the default of negativity because there's so much negativity around nowadays. In the news and social media, we can get brainwashed real easy. And I think the spiritual beings know this. The spiritual beings know this. And when I go into my Stoicism quotes, my home screen, it says, this is a quote from Marcus Aurelius. It says, "You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Mindfulness goes back to having the power over your thoughts. Your thoughts are not yours. You are stronger than your thoughts and the outside events that happen with it. As soon as you realize that you are stronger than your thinking, the outside events can't hit you. The outside events can't puncture you. I've had people try to bring me down with their mood, and it ain't gonna happen. Or their stress. It's not gonna get to me. Because that's in their mind. Stress is all mental. You can't see stress out in the world. You can see somebody looking stressed. You can't take it away from somebody. That is theirs to behold. So if somebody's trying to get me stressed or anxious or angry, knowing that, I can then take my thoughts and be like, nope, that's not what I want to do. I really don't want to have those thoughts right now. And I'm able to coast on the way out. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I can think anything I want, because there are times where I'm sad. There are times when I think to the past. There are times when I stress and become anxious about the future. What I'm saying is my religion, my stoicism, and my mindfulness have allowed me to be very grateful, thankful, and blessed to be able to do this in life. And nobody's ever going to change that or take that away from me. I think that's the cool part. So I hope that with this, you can find your mindfulness. Through my experiences that I'm going to share with you in this YouTube channel, I hope that you can find your bliss, your palace, your kingdom. I hope that you start that idea that you want to start. I hope that you listen to the music you love. You create that company or that business, or you go and work for somebody if that's your dream. I hope to allow you to live this mindful life and this blessed life in the most positive way you can. Because that's how I approach life. Every day I wake up, I'm just grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to wake up. There are a lot of problems that I could have. But one of the biggest problems I'm going to have is not waking up the day after tomorrow, whenever God calls me back. That's one of the biggest problems. I don't have that problem yet. I woke up today. Tomorrow we'll see. But for now, I'm breathing. I'm here. I'm doing this YouTube channel. I'm making shit happen. I'm making music. And I'm enjoying it. And I really hope you enjoy it as well. So those are my 3 M's: music, muse, and mindfulness. Check out my band Palacio. Be on the lookout for the PalaceSuns Summer Arts Festival. Check out your mind. Make sure it's all there, all the nuts and bolts. Work on it. It's never 100%. You can always do better. You can always start somewhere and make shit happen. Make your life better. As always, stay lifted, stay blessed. I will see you later with the next video.